Hello everybody, you're welcome back again to the Reggae Appreciation Society. The great Lee Scratch Perry is one of the greatest music geniuses of all time and one of the icons of 20th century pop culture. It goes without saying that he was one of the most innovative and most important reggae producers in the history of the genre. Out of his legendary Black Ark Studios, he would craft incredible out-of-this-world music with what was essentially old equipment that he would deploy his eccentric, brilliant methods to with wonderful results. In addition to his genius ability as a producer, his enormous success was also courtesy of his legendary studio backing band, the Upsetters. This elite group was the outlet for Perry's sonic visions and was comprised of instrumentalist titans like Glenn Adams, Aston and Carlton Barrett, Keith Sterling, Ernest Ranglin, and Boris Gardner, among others. They were like a who's who of reggae's all-star players of instruments, who altogether would shape the genre's evolution. At their peak, they created thousands of masterpieces in reggae's golden era. But in this video, we're counting down our picks of the 7 greatest albums produced by Lee Scratch Perry. Number 7, Police and Thieves by Junior Murvin. After the runaway success of falsetto singer Junior Murvin's debut single, Police and Thieves, Perry began work on the full album of the same name. This project was Perry 101, loaded with echoes, reverbs, phasings, layers, and many other elements from his bag of tricks that always created a stark and raw atmospheric sound. A complete package of Junior Murvin's exquisite falsetto pouring out the heavy spiritual and conscious lyrics and themes that all interfaced with the electric rhythms courtesy of the Upsetters. The lead song, entitled track Police and Thieves, was the biggest by far, but it had other incredible songs like the spiritually inclined Tedious, the emotional Rescue Jar Children, Solomon, and the sublime Roots Train No. 1. This album became a critical and commercial success that was distributed by Island Records, whose international spread would make it among the biggest albums of the year when it came out in 1977. Number 6, Message from the Meditations by The Meditations. After putting in work for producers like Coxsone Dodd and Jojo Hukim, this trio would pitch their tents with Perry at Black Ark Studios. And after paying their dues for a while as backup vocalists, they began work on the debut album in a co-production arrangement with Dobby Dobson. The end result was a 10-track scorcher on which Perry brought out the best in that vocal group. I rate it an 8 out of 10 compilation for the crisp instrumentals, superb mixing, and that traditional roots reggae feel that made the golden era so special. The standout track, by a mile, is my personal favorite in Running from Jamaica, on which lead singer Ansel Kriegland sang his heart out in a lamentation about the huge wave of emigration in 1976, a period of turmoil on the island. It features other solid numbers like Tricked, Do Mama Do, Changing Times, and Rastaman Prayer. And though not the most popular, is definitely among the best created by Lee Scratch Perry. Number 5, Super Ape by Lee Perry and the Upsetters. To crown his heroics for the artists he produced, he unleashed this dub masterpiece, which is celebrated as one of the most revolutionary albums of that era. Though dub was invented by the great King Tubby, Perry's signature and DNA is all over this 1976 masterpiece. Regarded as one of the best albums of that year, it featured 11 flawless classics like Croaking Lizard, which had the toasting talents of DJ Prince Jazzbo, the brilliant Black Vest that was a dub remake of Max Romeo's Simple Out There that was lit up by the indomitable conga drum play by percussionist Noah Scully Sims and the piercing horns of Dirty Harry Hall. My personal favorite on this one is the earthy and uplifting 3-in-1 that featured the colorful interjections of creative sound effects, bottles clinking, rattles, and the kitchen sink, all thrown in to great results. It's rated as one of the best dub albums ever recorded, and I agree with that claim 100%. Number 4, Party Time by the Heptones. This compilation is regarded as 1/3 of Perry's trinity of perfection. Perry would pour his heart into this project for the vocal harmony trio that was among the pillars of the rocksteady era. The Heptones' flawless harmonies were the perfect foil for the layered echoes, dub effects, and psychedelic groove that the Upsetters' instrumentals knocked out of the park track after track. It's rated among the best reggae albums ever recorded, and for good reason too. The opening track, Party Time, is a mesmerizing update of the Heptones track of the same name that was done for Coxsone Dodd at Studio One a few years before. It's an irresistible tune for the steppers that fills dance floors like very few can. The songs on this album oscillate between heavy and melancholy tunes like Crying Over You, over to bouncy numbers like New Generation. The songs on this album are simply flawless, from what is the sublime Sufferer's Time to the brilliant Road of Life or the militant Mr. President. Perry's mixing gave the Heptones' vocals an ethereal echo quality that stays with you long after the last track is done. Another testament to Perry's genius. Number 3. War in a Babylon by Max Romeo. Badly traumatized by the political violence and economic turmoil in Jamaica in 1976, singer Max Romeo penned down a number of phenomenal songs that he took to his old pal Lee Scratch Perry. Perry would first produce the song named Simple Out There or War in a Babylon, and after he played it for Chris Blackwell, the Island Records boss put down the money for a full album. Romeo, Lee Perry and the Upsetters went to work and cranked out deep heavy root songs like One Step Forward, Chase the Devil, Uptown Babies and No More the Gambler that all came together to make up the legendary War in a Babylon, which is hailed as the cornerstone roots reggae album of the 70s. A critical and commercial smash that's not only one of the greatest in reggae history, but indeed across all genres. Sadly, it was the last project that Max Romeo and Lee Scratch Perry would work on together, as the pair fell out not long after it was released. Number 2. Heart of the Congos by the Congos. This album was one of the last projects put together by Perry at the Black Ark Studios before he set it on fire not long after. This album took a whole year to record, with Perry determined to make it his magnum opus. On top of the Upsetters' heavy hitters like Sly Dunbar and Ernest Ranglin, the backup vocalist team comprised of the Meditations and Gregory Isaacs. Perry spared no expense or efforts, and the results really showed. Songs like The Sublime Solid Foundation, easily among the greatest ever recorded by far. The phenomenal Open the Gates, the cinematic Magnificent Fisherman, or the operatic Nyabingi masterpiece in Congo Man. The songs on this one are just phenomenal. Heart of the Congos is a 10-track album, which I rate easily as a flawless 10 over 10, a massive body of music that was like nothing before it. I'm talking roots reggae and Rasta energy at its finest. Unfortunately, Perry's meltdown and less than competent business acumen saw it fail to emerge as a commercial hit. But it's without a doubt one of the greatest creations to emerge from the stables of Lee Perry. And coming in as number 1 is Soul Revolution Part 2 by the Wailers. This phenomenal album was one of 2 projects that were the fruits of an almost year-long partnership between Perry and the Wailers, who were then hustling hard 5 years after leaving Coxsone Dodd's outfit. It's regarded by many Wailers fans as their best ever album, and it's very easy to understand why they think so. It featured the trio, who by then were seasoned veterans, delivering powerful harmonies and spirited performances on what became some of their greatest songs, like The Incredible Duppy Conqueror, Sun is Shining, Kaya, and Fussing and Fighting. The vocal interplay between the 3 guys in what were the early days of Perry's trademark production techniques, that combination was fire. The album was recorded at the popular Studio 17, which was owned by Randy Chin, and the music had a gritty, unpolished feel that captured the early Wailers in their true essence. This album was a critically acclaimed masterpiece that helped set the stage for the juggernaut that roots reggae would become in the coming years. It also paved the way for the Wailers' international breakthrough, and without a doubt, a groundbreaking body of music that's, in my humble opinion, the greatest album ever produced by the great Lee Scratch Perry. So there you have it. Thank you for watching this video today. Please leave a like, subscribe, and until next time, Jah bless.